Hey, welcome back to the Culturalist podcast, Conversations with Pam Ross. I am Pam Ross. I'm the Culturalist, and I am so thankful that you decided to give us a little bit of your time. I just need a little bit of your time. Come and have a conversation with me, baby. Hey, Dion.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dion Cobb is the content curator for the Culturalist podcast. Welcome, lady.
Hi.
How you feeling today?
I'm doing great.
I feel good. Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, it's good. You know, the sun's out. Life's good. Beach is always calling my name.
I
and
know.
I answer most days.
Ma'am, let me tell you something. Kidnap me. Just come and take me with you. I need to go to the... I love it.
You know,
we
I
love
tell
the ocean.
everybody.
We love the sound of it.
I tell everybody, come to the beach. Come on.
Life is better
come
there.
join me.
Life is better there. So what are we talking about today? What kind of content have you been curating?
Well, we've been curating the content of. So, no, you know, oddly enough, I'm on Facebook now, but we were talking about Facebook and how some people have gone to Facebook and made it their personal therapy session and personal therapist.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I just think it's odd. So you know, when you look at people and they announce that someone's passed or, and I'm not saying you shouldn't share, but sometimes I feel like, maybe that's a little much. So I wonder, do you think there's a such thing as too much and
yeah.
over?
I think that there's definitely TMI in every conversation. Because
In every conversation?
I think that, well, there's the risk of TMI in every conversation. Okay. Because, you know, the weight of the conversation is based on the stability of the bridge. So a conversation is information coming out of my soul into yours, out of yours into mine. We're sharing our thoughts, our feelings, our desires, right? Yes. And so if we just met, you know, if we just met, or if I don't really know you, it's going to feel awkward for you to begin to express some of your deepest emotions and deepest fears. So, you know, the whole phrase of oversharing or too much information. And I think that this quarantine has given people, caused pressure that people I want to talk to someone. I want to tell someone how I'm feeling.
Oh, I've always, for some reason, sometimes people always feel okay giving all their life details to me. Yeah.
Well, first of all, you are of all the people I know, and I know a lot of people, you are the most curious about other people. You ask most outrageous, well, I won't say outrageous. You'll ask anybody anything. You never meet a stranger.
No.
You're like those older folks.
Well, baby, what's your name?
What's your name? Where are you from? How long have you been here? Hey, guys, what are you eating over at that table? Oh,
I feel like I turned the corner and become my mother now. I'm like, well, baby, what's your name?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, God, I'm not
Yeah. So you ask people questions, but I also think that you are a global citizen.
Yes.
And that, so even though that's not necessarily an American thing, I think it's something you've picked up by traveling internationally. And a part of your survival and a part of your natural curiosity has been asking strangers questions about what's going on and what's happening. And so I think that could be some habits that you picked up as you travel.
Maybe.
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you, this social media thing, I think people are using social media as their therapy.
To talk it out. As talk therapy.
Yeah. As talk therapy, but let's just call it type therapy, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So, now
it's
type therapy. So you're doing type therapy, clickety click 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 click. This is how I'm feeling today, and this is what's on my mind today. But I also think that you can overshare.
So what's wrong with that then? Isn't it better to get how you're feeling out?
It's always better to get how you're feeling out. Okay. In the right. It's I almost said something that I should not say.
Okay.
You ever been on a road trip and you had to get some things out? It's always better to get it out. But maybe not right there. You may want to find a rest stop and pull over.
As Shrek would say, better help them in, I always say.
Shrek and Donkey.
Lord have mercy.
Help us today. Seriously. Just because it feels good. Shrek chapter 1, the book of doesn't mean you are using it's the right context.
Yes, I agree with that.
So, like, man, I have some things I need to get off my chest. Mm-hmm. I'm going to feel better when I get this out. But if you release it on the World Wide Web, where it doesn't, you can go and delete it, but it doesn't mean somebody didn't see it, doesn't mean somebody didn't download it, doesn't mean those pictures aren't out there.
And it never goes away.
It never goes away.
There,
so if you're super angry with someone, and you're gonna post all the reasons why you're so mad at your whatever, boss, teacher, ex, whatever, that stuff is out there, and now maybe the next couple of days you feel better. But now they've seen it. I guarantee you, somebody screenshotted it. Yeah. Somebody showed it to them, and now it's out there. And I also believe that, like, we don't want to just dump our garbage on the World Wide Web on people. Mm-hmm. Now there are some we do a little research around here.
Yeah.
So there's some good to it if you're dealing with. I found this article that says there's some good to it, right? So people express negative emotions pretty much on social media, Facebook, Instagram. Mm-hmm. And these are the reasons why they say they do it. When you express negative emotions, your friends rally around you. Okay, but are you expressing it to get attention?
And that's my
I'm gonna put out here this pain that I'm in, and then people are gonna rally around me.
But the people that are or the people that you share it with, can they help you? Can they rally around you, truthfully?
And is it real?
Yeah.
Is it real? Because if I'm going to put real feelings out there, and then people that think they know me because we're quote unquote friends on Facebook, what you're going to get is a sympathy or an empathy that lasts for about the length of a news cycle, about 24 to 48 hours.
Yes.
But if you express that same situation to a real friend, someone who has your phone number, who can call you, you can call them. That's somebody that can actually walk with you through the full cycle of what's going on. So you may get an immediate release where you post all this stuff that's happening. You get a lot of people to like it.
Yeah.
And you get all these comments, praying for you, praying for you, praying for you, praying for me. And not none of them have said, Father, help her. They're not really praying.
Yeah.
They're just typing, I'm praying. Okay, let's do a public service announcement. This is a public service announcement. Did you say it's old school?
It is.
The people already know I'm old. You'll have to bring that up.
Oh my God. No, it brought memories back.
It's a public service announcement. Typing, praying for you is not the same as praying for you. This has been a public service announcement. All right, okay, so let's get that out of the way. People be typing, praying for you, praying for you, praying for you. I would rather you just type a prayer.
Oh.
People have texted me and say, pray for me. Mm-hmm. And I would just type out what I'm praying. Or I'll do a voice note.
Yeah.
And I'll actually pray for them on a voice note so that they can agree with what I'm actually praying. So here's the deal. If I say, tire fell off my car, right? Praying for you. I don't know what they're praying. I'm not really going to be really in agreement with you.
Right.
First of all, Betty Sue, you don't know no scriptures.
She's
Sally Mae.
The book of Shrek.
Sally Mae praying out the book of Shrek.
Thou shalt not.
I mean, come on. I mean, you don't know what. I just feel like, come on, let's just be real. I would rather people share that really serious pain.
Yeah.
With some in a community of people that really know you.
Well,
and you need to take the time to build a real circle. Because I think when you put this stuff out there, I mean, you can post some things, hey, really going through right now. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm speaking from somebody that's got a lot of social media activity. I work on social media, right? So if you have a small circle of people and you guys all know each other and you're using that as your community, then that makes sense because you're talking to people you know and that know you. But let's be real, for the most of us, most part, that's not what's happening.
And then people, you may not want them to share that information, but it can be shared.
Because remember, everything you post is shareable.
Well, it could be, but like you said, someone can take a picture.
Oh, yeah. No, even if your settings say that people can't share it, oh, come on. I screenshot it, I make it a photo, and then I share it.
Well, and you know
Let me tell you, I went to minister, this is years ago, I went to minister on the East Coast, and someone had a picture of me
Oh, that's creepy.
That was a Facebook picture.
Yeah.
That he had taken and printed out, and it was in his office.
Ew, that's so creepy. Did you run? Did you say,
I said,
it's been nice, brother.
I told my travel assistant, when is our flight home? What time do I preach? I'm getting out of here.
Right. That's so.
So you just tell people that you know me. Anyway, praise the Lord. That's a whole Rat Bunny trail. But
wow.
Yeah, I think that sometimes it says your friends empathize, but it's not real.
It's not.
Yeah.
You need real so it saddened me. So Chadwick Boseman passed.
I know.
From a disease that no one knew about except his circle.
What integrity.
And that means that's your circle. Those are the people you tell your intimate, your heartfelt. Not saying that you don't post things that are happening, but you can just say, hey, this has happened in my life.
Yes.
People who may follow you, but you don't ask for prayers on that.
Right.
To me, you can say pray, but like you said,
right. And you can't ask people to pray.
Say, hey,
pray
happened.
for me. It's that type of day.
My grandmother passed.
But something like that.
And I just say, hey, my grandma was an awesome woman.
Yes.
She passed. It's sad, but I just want to thank God for her life.
I think there's some psychological damage. I'll tell you what, I think that you suppress what's really going on the inside of you when you handle it on a surface level.
Oh,
so
totally.
Say something happens that you are devastated.
Completely devastated.
Devastated. And you grab your phone and you're not calling a therapist. You're not calling a good friend. You're not you grab your phone and you're going to post it on Instagram. This happened to me. Or you don't even say what happened. You just say, hey, this is it, right? So I think what that does is you get it out there and then you say, whew.
You feel a release.
You feel a release. And then you're going to go on with the rest of your life. However, you haven't really handled it.
You haven't handled it. And I think at some level, it is an attention seeking. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to want attention when devastating things happen
sometimes
in your
you
life.
need attention.
You need
Will
attention.
Someone please pay attention to me?
But not from Facebook.
Not
Get that attention from that situation, from your circle,
right?
From
because
people that care about you. Somebody that's even close that can actually reach out and give you a hug.
Yes, that knows you.
I know with COVID, but put on a mask, put on a hazmat suit, put on a bubble.
Whatever you got to do.
Go get a hug.
Put on a whole bubble.
A whole bubble.
Sometimes they'll say, here's another one. People that are particularly sensitive to low self-worth, where if someone doesn't value my accomplishments, at least they're going to value my pain.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? Like I don't have anything really necessarily good to say, but look at how terrible.
But they see me.
They see me. Yeah.
I want to be seen. And yeah, and we all want that. Who doesn't want to be seen?
Oh, absolutely.
But in the right context, in the right space.
Yeah. And I think when you do it, you settle for something less than what you really could have. You settle for an empathy that it's only going to last for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
That you really could get somebody closer to you to walk with you longer. Walk with you longer. Yeah. So and a real rally.
Yes, a rallying call. Hey guys, this happened. Let's get together. Mm-hmm. We're gonna find somebody who can get to them in person. Because I think and that COVID has had its good and bad in that sense. Mm-hmm. It's good because it's brought people together. Yeah. In the sense it's bad because it's kept some people away because they can't hug physically. Yeah. But find a way, like we said, put a bubble, hazmat.
I think one of the things it's done...
Don't drink bleach or Lysol.
No, please don't. Please don't. I think one of the things it's done is it's caused people to recognize, to really weigh even the authenticity of their friendships.
Yes.
And their connections. Yeah. Because one of my advisors said to me, people are going to cling to in this season what is life-giving and what is life-sustaining. And so when you take a hit, you go to the thing that gives you life. Mm-hmm. And we don't want the thing that gives us life to be social media.
Yeah, because it's fleeting.
It's fleeting.
What happens if your internet's down? What are you going to do then?
Yeah.
What happens if all the social media sites shut down?
Yes.
Where are you going to get your life?
Yes.
Where are you going to get life from then?
Where are you going to get life from?
Yeah.
I mean, even, and I know this is off topic, but even when people can't physically be in a church building. Mm-hmm. And so I've been so challenging. As an associate pastor, I've been challenging church members to say, why don't you watch it with someone you know?
Yeah.
I just miss my church. And this is what I tell them. But they're not here. I need to come to church because I miss my church, right?
Yeah.
So think about this. I need to come to church because I miss my church. Okay, are you missing the stairs, the hallway, the chair,
the bathroom,
the bathrooms? What part are you missing? Because if you're missing the people, they're not here. You know what I mean? And so I'm telling them it's breaking even some sense of idolatry.
Yes.
Because if you miss the communion of the people, and I understand that, and that's biblical, it says don't forsake gathering together. Why don't you FaceTime someone? Why don't you do a watch party?
Yep.
Why don't you, when I was home here on Sundays, I would watch the service and then I'd get on the phone with Ailey.
Yep.
And we were just at the same service. So we're going to talk about it, or even sometimes during service, we're texting.
Yes.
I'm texting her my amen.
Yep.
She's texting me her amen. But if you haven't built those real human-to-human connections, when the thing that brought you together is no more.
That bridge you were talking about.
That bridge.
So when I can see it building a bridge. You're here on one cliff, there on the other, I guess not cliff, but the edge. If you built it on things that are fleeting, it's going to fall again.
It's going to fall apart.
But if you build it on the rock, well, for me, the rock is Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
So if you build it on that,
it's not going to fall apart.
On him, it's not going to fall apart.
No. There were people, let me tell you, I worked in the same place for 15 years, loved it, right? Mm-hmm. Loved my job. And when it was announced that I was leaving, there were people that said, "Oh, can I have your phone number?" And my answer was no. Oh, absolutely not. Here's the deal. I've been here 15 years.
And
we've never had a conversation outside of this building. Why would we build one now?
That's very true.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. It's bye.
Goodbye. Our relationship was built on us being in the same building.
Proximity.
Twice a week.
Yep.
Right? And now I'm no longer going to be in the same building twice a week. That's all we had. It would be very awkward for me to see you at Starbucks. What the heck? What are you doing here? It's like when you see celebrities, you're like, whoa, what are you doing here? Right?
Or it would be more awkward if I forgot who you were.
Yes.
Then it's like,
so
wait, what?
So I had friends that already had my phone number.
Right.
Because we had conversations outside of there. We had meals outside of there. We had a real relationship. So me leaving there really did not, it just meant we had to schedule more. But it really didn't affect our emotional connection because we were already built. So they were shocked. People were just shocked and appalled when I told them, "Oh no, you don't need my number now. You needed my number when I was here."
Right. And that's so weird. Like, why would they be shocked? Because you're not friends.
Let's build. Here's our whole conversation. I think here's our whole point. Let's build real connections.
Yeah.
And so we can share all kinds of stuff. You can share our ups and downs, our life, on social media. It's social. But think of it like this. If you were at a party, being social, not intimate. Yeah. If you get intimate, it's an orgy. Y'all laughing at me. Seriously, you're at a party, backyard party.
Yeah.
You're being social. You're saying hello. What level of information would you reveal? How undressed would you get? If I'm at somebody's backyard party and folks start taking off their clothes, I'm out.
So I am going to try to censor out as much as the personal information that this person shared to give you all.
Yeah, please change the names to protect the innocent.
The gist.
Yes.
Of what's going on. Okay. So this person said, "I think this falls under offense, but I told my pastor some information that was sensitive to me. He repeated it to my family, who in passing said to me, if I do not stay connected to them, I would dig my own grave. The pastor is a part of a ministry where my uncle is the overseer. I no longer want to be a part of the church. There were other things I said that was repeated as well. Do I move or do I stay? if I talk to the pastor, I feel like it would be another conversation as well. And I think what this person was trying to say in the last sentence is that if I say something to the pastor again, it's going to be repeated.
Yeah, It's like you take a drive and you got a hole in your tire. Your tire goes flat, and you look at it, it's got a nail in it. Mm-hmm. So then you fill it with air. You drive, and then you're shocked that it goes flat again. The condition of the tire is the issue, not whether or not you keep putting air in it. So if you had a conversation that you thought was confidential, I'm assuming that she requested that the conversation be confidential. Whether she said it or not, I don't know, but because she didn't say it in her email. But if you had a conversation with someone, regardless of who it is, and you expect it to be confidential, and that information is shared with someone else, now you got to get the wisdom out of that pain, because wisdom is the paycheck for your pain. And that is to recognize this person has a character issue. Even though it's your leader, he has a character issue, or she, whomever, that they're not able, they just couldn't hold it. Because, I always say leaders got to have a gut. You got to be able to hear somebody tell you something, and you got to be able to hold it. So this person, they had a little bit of leaky gut, right? So they got a gut issue. Ugh. So they shared it with other people that know her, used her name, And so the conversation about her family said, if you leave, you're going to be digging your own grave. It means that she's already considering leaving. Now, I'm not going to tell her, I'm in no position to tell her to leave or stay. But I will tell her this. Your decision on whether you stay or go has to be based on what you hear the Lord saying. So you don't want to leave because you're offended. It sounds like she even read Serving, Leading, and Loving, because she said this sounds like offense. You don't want to leave because you're offended. You want to leave because you can no longer follow. Don't leave because you're offended, because offense will come and go. Jesus says, hey, listen, without a doubt, offenses are going to come. So you're going to leave because, man, I can no longer follow this person because I can't confide in them. Mm-hmm. If you're looking for someone you can confide in, this person has proven to you that you can't confide in them. Now, if you can stay in that house, if God is telling you to stay and you feel like, hey, I'm going to stay here, I'm growing, I'm planted, I'm growing, I'm serving, it's good for me. However, my leader has a character issue. They got leaky gut. I can't confide in them. Yeah. If you're fine with that, you can stay. But if you need to be in a place where there's a leader you can confide in, that's not the place for you. Now, this is when you can become dishonorable. You expect people to be something they're not, and you hate them for it. I want you to be someone that can keep confidences. You're not that person, and now I'm mad at you about it. Hey, he's being real honest. This is who I am. If you tell me your secret, I'm going to tell your family.
Everybody.
I'm going to tell everybody.
Everybody.
I mean, you got to just respect that. Hey, this person has they can't keep confidences right now. Maybe they'll change, maybe they won't. But recognize, if you're going to honor this person, you got to respect this is who they are. This is where they are right now. I don't confide in you because you don't have the ability in this present time to hold it. If she can live with that, she can stay. If she needs a place to confide, she may have to kick it. What do you say?
I say these boots were made for walking. And that's just what I'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk out. Oh, well, I guess not.
Walk out. Walk right out that pew. Yeah, so I appreciate the question. It's a good question. A lot of times people, particularly in a smaller congregation, where you're not just being, the visionary is the person that's pastoring you.
Yeah. And
if that's the person you confide in and get counseling from and get guidance from, and now you don't have that anymore, and here's the deal. If you leave, sweetheart, do not leave and throw rocks. You got to leave honorably. Yeah. Don't leave and say, I'm going to tell y'all why I left.
Oh, yeah.
Don't put it on social media. Don't do any of that. Just say, it was just time for me to go. Be honorable. Bow out gracefully and be honorable. But good question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Susie Brown. Oops, did I say her name out loud? No, I'm messing with you. It's not her.
Oh, Lord.
No, I appreciate
Susie Brown from Allentown.
Hey, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for subscribing, for sharing, for rating. Thank you for commenting even on the clips that we post on social media. I so appreciate this whole team. We so appreciate
Thank you.
You participating in the Culturalist podcast, Conversations with Pam Ross. Have a fantastic day.